Right here on New Tonight at 5:30. It's a new way to keep you safe. Louisville Metro Emergency Services rolling out a new 911 video feature last week. Our local emergency management leaders believe it can save several minutes in emergency response times with a caller's consent. 911 operators can send links through text messages where callers can upload video or FaceTime what they're seeing in an emergency situation. It's a program the agency said will help first responders arrive on scene much faster and be better prepared.
Calls out there where callers may not be able to talk on the phone. So the video is going to help with that. An active shooter incident, a domestic violence incident, where they're not able to talk, give their location up, or because of the situation they're in.
It's called Lou Ready, and it's now in the App Store. It has many resources, including weather alerts. And Jody Myman is joining me. He's the Executive Director at Louisville Emergency Management Services. Jody, I'm just curious, why did you find the need for this? What were you seeing in the many different emergencies we've gone through, the weather emergencies, the severe flooding and that required the new app?
You know, it's been about a 2-year process, and I've always wanted us to have a one-stop shop where we can get every bit of information out to the public and they have one place to go. So it's something we were able to get some funding for it. You know, we put a team together within the agency to work on it, and you know, what you see is what they've developed. So we're pretty proud of it.
Punched up on my phone. You can just see it there. It fills the screen nicely. It's got a nice graphic on it, and that it says Lou Ready.
Lou Ready.
What is the main use that you think people will use this for?
You know, one of the biggest things is how to prepare for an emergency. How to, you know, if there's an emergency that's around them, it's going to tell them what to do, and then also in the recovery process. So, you know, those are the 3 big things that we work on with emergency management, and this will be able to tell people in real time, you know, how to deal with an emergency.
You saw you can call people, contacts there, and I guess emergency management will send out alerts. You can sign up for notifications.
We can, that's right. And there, you know, one of the big things that we're proud of is if you go to the weather part on there, there's a real-time weather camera that's up on top of one of the high-rise towers up here, and you'll be able to see what's actually coming in and across the river. We'll be focused on that.
So you're competing with our weather cams?
No. Well, yeah.
Well, let's put a scenario together. When the flooding got really bad, or say the Jiviton explosion that happened in the Clifton neighborhood, how would this app now come into play?
So one of the big things is people, even before the responders get there, could go to the app and see what they have to do. There's a piece in there about sheltering in place versus evacuation and what they do for each of those specific things. So, you know, even before the responders make that decision that one of those 2 things have to take place, they're knowing, you know, they can look in there and see what they have to do to prepare their families.
And explain the real-time, the 911 call, because that's a whole different element there. I guess can it be done through the app? I mean, you also talk about a text message that you need to
receive. Yeah, that's separate. So when you call 911, our trained call takers, or if they think that a video would be able to help them gather more information, or they could pass that video eventually to the responders out in the street, they can send a text or a request for that person to share their video. They click yes, and then they've automatically got their video.
Was this patterned after any other cities? I know you're very involved in the emergency management community throughout the country. Have you seen something like this work really well?
You know, there's other cities. Chicago was one that we looked at. You know, I had went out to Chicago to visit, and I always look at different cities, things to see what we can do better. You know, we always have gaps that we want to improve on. So Chicago was one of the ones that I looked at that pointed us in this direction.
So we're in a really nice stretch of weather right now. Do you expect this to get its first real test when we have maybe winter storm warnings coming up next?
I hope it's not a strategy, but you know, we're ready, and it's there for us to test whenever we have something. It may not be a weather event. It could be some other type of emergency we have to test it out at.
How will it come into play for severe weather, like winter storms coming up?
So anything that we always tell the public to do to prepare for it, it's on the app. So they don't have to wait for a press conference, or we don't have to worry about people not watching a press conference. If they've got the app, they'll be able to look at the different things and how to prepare for those different inclement weather that's coming in.
You've spent a lot of your career and life in this field of trying to prepare for emergencies. Where does the app now take you to what kind of stage that you've not seen in the past?
I think it's the best that we can do as a city to get information out to the public. You know, we always tell people to prepare today for what can happen tomorrow. This is the way of the future, and you know, people are given their their younger kids' cell phones every day. So we're going to try to get into the school systems and try to get them to download the apps, and maybe the kids will go home and make their parents, influence their parents to download the app.
So since you announced last week, you don't have any real-time numbers on how many people are starting to do it.
Right.
But just go to the App Store and it's Lou Ready. It's one word, by the way, L-O-U, capital R.
That's right.
E-A-D-Y, and it'll pop right up.
That's right.
All right, Jody Myman, thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Doug.
We appreciate it, everything you do for Metro Louisville.